Welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me in my post-match reaction, joined by Micky from Planet LFC. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate, and thank you for joining me, everyone. Get in, the Reds. The Reds got 3 points up the mighty Reds. Get in, everyone. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway, it's not going to be a long video, but I'll be getting Micky's thoughts. Make sure you do head over to his channel, subscribe over there as well, mate. But and subscribe over there if you want to join in with your fellow Liverpool fans as well. Join a quality, big, massive family over there. But Micky, thank you for coming on, mate. What a win that was.
Oh, it's an amazing win. All the talk from rival fans before saying that Chelsea have jumped years ahead of us. And today we put in a professional performance, not a great performance, a professional performance to show the world that Chelsea are miles behind us.
Yeah, they had a lot of signings. Havertz, I think we'll talk about a whole host of players today, but Havertz had a very quiet game, but spot on there, mate. A very professional performance by Liverpool, and obviously coming off the back of the team news, obviously Gomez was missing. They're not deemed to be very serious injuries. Matip a lot more concerning, but Gomez was a precaution. But Fabinho, for me. Micky, I'll ask you your man of the match in a second, but for me, my man of the match would have been, it's got to be Mane for his goals, but Fabinho come a very close second for me. Everyone let me know your thoughts, and there's a lot of, and Thiago, but for me, I felt everyone, and Micky, what are your thoughts in a sec? Like Fabinho stepping into that centre-back position anyway, there's been a lot of questions, will Liverpool delve into the transfer market for another centre-back, but I tell you, he kept Timo Werner very, very quiet today. Very professional performance, especially in the one-on-one duels. Timo, you would have expected to get, considering Liverpool were playing such a high line today, you would have thought Timo would have got in, but Fabinho absolutely class from start to finish, really. What was your thoughts on big Fabinho, the Dyson? What you reckon, lad? It was a huge impressive
he
performance.
swept everything up, bro. So he's definitely better than a Dyson.
Yeah.
He's definitely my man of the match. To be honest, he was great. I thought team. I was a bit worried at first when I seen the team news that Matip and Gomez were out, but he stepped in, mate. That was a really, really top class performance, and it could be that's his new position, and Thiago takes his in the team. I really do think that's probably Klopp's thinking.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there. Like Liverpool, very calm, composed. Only limited Chelsea to have 3 shots on target anyway from 5 shots, and Liverpool had 18 shots with 6 on target. With the possession-wise, Liverpool dominated 62% to Chelsea's 38. So it was a very professional performance, everyone. And as Micky said at the top of the show, Robbo, I think he played very well going down that left-hand side. He posed a lot of questions to that Chelsea back line anyway. We had very much Chelsea pinned back for the majority of that game, didn't we, mate? It was Trent as well. He had a very quiet game. He didn't have a bad game. He had a quiet game, I felt. But that doesn't mean he's had a bad game. Phenomenal performance by Trent. The back line, Alisson. Alisson, mate, he's been wanting to save a penalty for Liverpool, and he stepped up. Jorginho, that was his first miss in a professional game for Chelsea anyway. Ali, that was a cracking save by Ali, wasn't it?
Oh yes, mate. We all had a bit of things about him last week, thinking, probably dusting off a bit of rust against Leeds, because I think he could have saved 2 of them goals, to be honest. But today, I thought he was class today. I thought he was a different world. Back to the old Alisson. It was never a penalty in the first place. I don't care what anyone says. I don't understand if that is the new penalty. There's going to be 50 a season for every team.
Yeah. He must have brushed him with his little finger. Mm-hmm. He fell down like a sack of potatoes.
But the thing for me with Alisson, though, the greatest thing is saving that penalty. I've got him in my dream team, so that's extra points.
Extra points. So well done to everyone that's got him in goal. I think I've got a Liverpool back line. I think I lost points today with Gomez not playing, but got Trent, Robbo, and Gomez as my back line. So I've lost points with that. But shout out to everyone that's got Ali in goal. It's probably quite. How many points is it? It's a couple of quite a lot, isn't it? Like 5
It's
or
4.
6
I
points.
think it's 4 to 5 points for a penalty save.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, getting Ali, but even made up for that Liverpool. I think from our point of view, I think as fans, we've wanted Liverpool to have kept a clean sheet, and we have done for the first time in a very long time. Bit surprising, but obviously at the back of last season, we were conceding little goals, and considering the madness of a game against Leeds, I think Klopp and especially Ali in the back line will be very impressed with Liverpool's clean sheet and get in. I think that'd do him a lot of confidence as well. Not that he's a player that lacks confidence, but give him a lot more confidence going into the next fixtures anyway. Mate, midfield. Firstly, I've got to shout out Jordan Henderson. The flat face, he went off injured, and it is a precaution similar to Joe Gomez anyway. So fingers crossed it's not too bad, him going off at half time. But Henderson for that red card, it was a it was a fantastic ball straight down the Chelsea back line, and Hendo absolutely sliced them open, and then Christiansen just turns football into rugby, jumping on the back. Me and you, just before we hit the record button, I was screaming at the telly, everyone, and I think all yous were at home. I was like, how is that a yellow card? And then he went to the monitor. Thank the Lord the officials are using the monitors. Mickey, it was the right decision, wanted to send him off.
yeah, I mean, I was like you. I was like, how? He's the last man. He's literally not gone for the ball. He's took him out, literally in a rugby tackle, jumped on his back. Good job, man. He's strong to hold him off a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm glad he went to the monitor himself as well, because I think last year they would have just took it on VAR and people would have jumped up. But our rivals are going to say was never sending off. But I don't care what anyone says. From start to finish, even with 11 versus 11, we were the better team.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. I think Christensen had an absolute nightmare there. I don't even, his head completely gone, but that's fair play to him. Well in, Christian lad, for getting sent off. Laggy, in the words of Lucas Lies. But yeah, it was a phenomenal performance by Hendo as well in that first half. It was Liverpool dominated that first half, didn't they, mate? We were just very calm, composed on the ball, just waiting. We were biding our time, really. But Thiago coming on, Gini and Naby, I think individual, we'll talk about every single one of them, especially Henderson as well. Fantastic, every single one of them, really. We'll start with Thiago. I think my mates in the group chat, my mate Scholes, he was like, Thiago could have just done a pass, and everyone was like, oh, it was a fantastic performance. What were your thoughts on seeing Thiago in that second half, mate?
I was glad to see him come on. I didn't expect it to be at half time, and obviously then was a bit worried about Endo. But like we said, it's only a precaution. So, but it looked like he'd been playing for Liverpool for the last 3 or 4 years, fitted in well, perfect. He's going to bring an extra dimension to this Liverpool team once he finds his feet, and I think he's going to play more than. Like I said earlier, I think they're going to move Fabinho back into centre back, and him into Fabinho's role, and I think that's a very attack. I know we look at it and say we're good in defensive, but that's very attack minded, because Fabinho can start an attack from defence and run forward. He did that 2 or 3 times today as well, didn't you? Know, remind me of Alan Hansen in the 80s. I don't know. Well, you won't remember him that, but I remember.
I've seen a couple of
Alan Hansen started a lot of attacks by running through that midfield himself when he got the ball, and so reminded me of him. But to me, it's a great thing, and like most Liverpool fans, I was a bit worried at the first 5 minutes into the game. I was thinking, what's going on here? But as soon as he did Werner twice, I was like, whoa, calm, it's all right. And then the rest of the game, he just grew into the role.
Absolutely crunched him a couple of times, which you like to see. He's like Timo. I think he had a very quiet game. I think he'd be very disappointed, but that's credit to Liverpool, and spot on with Thiago, mate. Everyone, let us know your thoughts on Thiago's first 45 minutes in a red shirt. I think, as Micky just said, then he didn't look out of place, and that just highlights the quality of the lad. He was like, as Micky said, he looks like he's not lacking match fitness, and it'd be interesting to see if he does start the next game. I think he will get a couple more minutes against Lincoln. I don't think they'll be very happy with it, playing against a World Cup winner and a Euro winner anyway, the Champions League winner. But be very interesting to see him play. But hugely impressive, mate. He kept on spraying, taking the ball over. But Ginny, and I think my dad, who was speaking just before we went press record anyway, he was hugely impressed with Ginny. Kept the ball ticking, and he was venturing a lot more further forward, Ginny, today, wasn't he? Obviously, with having the solidity of Fabinho at centre-back, and then obviously Hendo went in the first half, and Thiago in that pocket, really defending. I was very impressed with Ginny and Naby today, mate.
Yeah, I thought Naby. I expected a bit more from Naby. He did well. He's getting better, but I don't think we've seen the best of Naby yet. And I think hopefully he hits the ground running and he stays injury. If he stays injury free, I think come 4 or 5 games in, we'll start to see the real Naby that we brought from Leipzig. But Gini played the role today that he plays for his national side. And he scores a lot of goals for his national side.
He could have had a goal at the back end of that.
Yeah,
just hit his shin.
But to be honest, to be fair to the Chelsea keeper, he did well. He did well towards the end. I mean, I know he made that mistake, and he's got that in him.
Yeah.
But something about Spanish goalkeepers. Well, did you see De Gea yesterday?
Yeah, we've got the best Spanish goalkeeper. Anyway.
Yes, and he's our number 2.
Yeah.
No, I am looking forward to seeing, what team he plays against Lincoln on Thursday. It's he's got to have an eye on Arsenal next Monday. But I agree with you. I think we should see to get minutes Thiago, and I think we'll see Jota as well.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Everyone, let us know your thoughts on the midfield. Anyway, obviously Henderson, I was very impressed in the first half. Gutted to see him off, but hopefully, fingers crossed, precautionary anyway, looking like that anyway. But I think we'll find out in a couple of minutes. I think Klopp's probably done his video, but we'll find out after the video's been uploaded. But in terms of, spot on there, mate. Ginny, Naby, that's the options Liverpool have got now in it, in terms of we can play anyone and be very impressed with them. And I think it's going to be like that all season. There's going to be games like Chelsea where we require, especially in that second half, we just have possession. Don't do nothing stupid. Just keep the ball, be professional, and really just take the ball, get it down the wide areas. But that's the options Liverpool have got now with Thiago. We've got our CDM playing centre back now, which is it's fantastic. But if you whack Fabinho back there in midfield, Liverpool have. I'm fingers crossed Ginny can get his contract signed, everyone. I think that's what we all want. Because I tell you, if he goes to Barca, he will change their midfield like he's done over the last couple of years anyway. He's been so pivotal. But let's start with the forward lads as well. Now, we've talked about the defence, talked about the midfield. The forward line, Sadio Mane, that hunger and desire that we've seen since he's been in the red shirt, highlighted that goal, the first goal anyway, chasing down anyway, fantastic goal. But what are your thoughts on Mane's performance today, mate? It was almost perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. I don't think I've ever seen him have a bad game for Liverpool. Tell a lie. The time when he got sent off against City, he was a bit stupid. I think that's the only last thing you think. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
From day one when he played against Arsenal, I think he's been an amazing player for Liverpool. And you know what? Nobody else wanted to sign him at the time. And I think we got him for a bargain fee. And Klopp's seen something in him that nobody else could see in him. Because even I was underwhelmed by him. But why we signed him, But from day one, mate, we fell in love with him. He's fantastic. And he's up there now with the top forwards in the world. He's up there with the Neymars, everybody. Everybody fears our front three. Everybody. And I think Chelsea today were fearful of our front three, and they give us a lot of respect today. They played off us, that's what their downfall. Yeah, that was their downfall.
Yeah, I was going to say I was very surprised. Everyone at home, spot on there, Micky. And it was if there was a crowd at Stamford Bridge today, I tell you, those fans would have got on the back of the way. Even though Chelsea did go down to 10 men, but you'd expect at least Chelsea spends all this money on attacking plays and that. I know it's same old Chelsea at the back, really, but in terms of the display, it was shocking. They lacked no vision. They lacked creativity in the middle of the park. They didn't really the only opportunity Chelsea really did have on Liverpool's goal today was obviously the goal for the penalty save anyway from Ali from the Jorginho. But I was very disappointed. If you were a Chelsea fan, I'd be very disappointed the performance today. That's not taken away from Liverpool, but were you surprised with the way in which you would have expected? Did you expect Chelsea to give Liverpool that much respect?
No, I expected them to go all out attack on us.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They looked. They've tried to shoehorn Havertz with Werner, and it doesn't. To me, it doesn't look like it works.
Yeah. Was Havertz? Everyone, let us know your thoughts at home. I didn't see a lot of Leverkusen last season. I think I seen the odd Europa League game, but they seem to have put Havertz down the wide areas for Chelsea. But I think he plays his best football. The little we've seen him down the middle. Was it like just playing him behind in his best natural position? But it's the thing with all these attacking players for Chelsea. As you said, you got to shoehorn them all in different positions, and I think he had a very quiet game. It will take a couple of those players a lot of time, really, but he's spot on there, mate. In terms of Mane and Salah, obviously it was Mane's time to shine this week anyway. Salah coming off the back of obviously the hat trick against Leeds first game, but Micky's already mentioned it. Our forward three lads, we know how good they are, but Mane took the mantle today. But Salah, he didn't have a bad game for them. So, as I said before, with Trent, he had quite a quiet game, but that doesn't mean he had a bad game. I think he was picking up a lot of good creative runs. He was trying to create a lot of opportunities, and it allowed the space is run. It made the space for Bobby's 1-2 there, and Bobby. There's no doubt in this lad's quality. I just wish a lot more opposition rival fans, but you'd never get the praise off Bobby just because he doesn't bang in 30 goals. You think he's rubbish, but we know how good he is anyway. With Firmino, fantastic performance, mate. The assist for Mane's headed goal anyway, phenomenal. That movement was absolutely sublime for that goal, wasn't it?
Oh, unbelievable, mate. I thought him and Salah had really pretty solid games. That turn in the box Salah had and shot, he was unlucky he hit Kepa in the chest. So, but that was a fantastic turn. I thought all three of the front three were really dangerous. It's just that Mane stepped it up a little bit more, which is all we need to do. The front three, you know, they take it in turns, and it'll be Bobby's turn soon to step it up and bang the goals in, and our rivals can say what they want about Bobby, but at the end of the day, Bobby's in a team that's got 99 points one season and 97 points the season before and won trophies. So it doesn't matter if he doesn't score 30 goals. His job isn't to score 30 goals. We don't play a conventional striker. His job is to assist more and make the space. The two wide boys are the goal scorers. You know, and I try to educate especially United fans, when you play a front three, it isn't about the guy in the middle scoring all the goals.
Yeah.
It's about the wide guy scoring. The middle guy needs to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah, it's like him and Thomas Muller, very underrated players last couple of seasons. Just because I think some people, especially on social media, they just look at stats. Sometimes stats are good, but you don't, like, similar with Ginny. Ginny doesn't get, because he doesn't get like a lot of assists and goals. He does for his national team, but everyone goes, oh, Ginny doesn't get X, Y, and Z assists and all that. He's had a bad game. No, he hasn't. But yeah, absolutely spot on there. It's a fantastic Liverpool performance. The Reds were out in the table third, just behind.
One more goal, I think we'd have been first, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I think a couple of my Everton mates have been celebrating all weekends because it's off the league. But yeah, Arsenal was second. But yeah, Reds, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Micky, absolute legend for coming on in short notice, mate. Thank you very much for coming on there. Made up to get you on. If you haven't checked out Micky's channel, I'll leave all the links in the description. Planet LFC just started up his channel, so make sure you do head over there. Subscribe to him as well. Subscribe over there if you want as well, if you've enjoyed today's episodes. But Micky, get in. The Reds continue to do what we do. And everyone, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Your thoughts on the game as well stood out for you today. It was very hugely impressive in all areas. And we've got Lincoln coming up anyway. I can't wait for that. But everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. Micky, absolute legend for coming on. Really do appreciate it. And Reds, get in. Liverpool continue fighting on again. You'll never walk alone. See you later, boys. Get in.